Okay, so now we're going to go to multiple representations, part 2. In part 1, we went over this scenario right here and answered some follow-up questions. And then now on part 2, we are going to focus on this scenario right here. It says, use the representations given below to fill in the missing representation. And so it gave us an equation right here. And your equation is set up in y equals kx. I'm sorry. In your b first, b plus kx form. Okay, just so we know. And yes, it is a negative in there, but that's what it's set up as. Okay, so then let's take from our table. So we have this equation, but what does it mean? Our x value is number of weeks, and our y value is account balance. So this looks like it is decreasing. So if we are decreasing, we are losing money. So what does it mean how much are we losing per week? If it goes by number of weeks, it looks like we have this starting balance. B represents starting balance. Initial fee. Starting position. Okay, so if that's what that represents, that means that if we're talking about bank accounts and account balances, we bank account started at $150. And what's happening every week? It's going down and is decreasing by how much? $10 per week. Okay, so then it says, what is your process? Our process is 150 minus 10 times x. So here we have 150 and, okay, minus 10. And in this case, nothing's happened at 0 weeks. So we multiply 10 times 0, which is 0. And then 150 minus 0, which is 150, just so you can see the process right there. So then we go out and plug in again. 150 minus 10 times 1. Okay, so 10 times 1 is 10. And then 150 minus 10 is 140. Then we plug in again. We multiply first because of PEMDAS. 10 times 2 is 20. So 150 minus 20 is 130. Plug in again. 10 times 3 is 30. 150 minus 30 is 120. And then the next one, 10 times 4 is 40. 150 minus 40 is 110. For 5 weeks, we have 10 times 5, which is 50, and 150 minus 50 is 100. And lastly, 10 times 6 is 60, and 150 minus 60 is 90. Okay, so your X values are number of weeks, and your Y values are your account balance. Okay, number of weeks just increases by 1. and account balance increases or decreases by 10. I think I'm going to start at 20 here. No. How do I undo that? Hold on one second.